to 6% increase in total production and market value. When it comes to mobile and cloud computing services, I am sure that there will be plenty of opportunities like maybe like agri e-commerce, digital procurement, digital financial services, and smart farming options, which were never touched upon as a strategy. If they are accessible to the smallholder farmers in India and abroad, it is possible that these kind of evidences could be brought to the doorsteps of farmers. Unfortunately, there are so many issues involved in this. Maybe like in due course of my presentation, I'd like to touch upon. But if you see the journey of digital agriculture in India and across the globe, we started with the digital extension advisory services. And slowly, the first low-hanging fruit was identified to be digital procurement. And then agri e-commerce, digital commerce has come into force. And still, majority of the farmers did not get access to the digital financial services like insurance and remittances, savings, and credit. And there is an evidence of smart farming tools and technologies getting accessed by the farmers, though the smallholder farmers' access to smart farming technologies is yet to be established. In that backdrop, if you see like the current models of digital agriculture, every single organization which is something to do with the farmers in India has started working on the digital agriculture in last few years. But more than addressing a pain point that afflicts the farmers' income and productivity, moreover, like most of the initiatives by organizations are falling into what is known as FOMO factors, like fear of missing out something. Every organization is working on digital agriculture. If we don't do digital, we are missing out something. This kind of fear is the driving factor in embracing the digital tools. Then we have found out maybe a particular pain point in the farming system, and we wanted to actually address that pain point. Conventionally, it is not in we are not in a position to address that pain point. So there is a digital technology which is there to address. So we should initiate that kind of, instead of this kind of approach, because many people are doing digital, let us also do digital agriculture. So the shift is seen among the organizations in recent times, that if digital tools and strategies are built on the actual pain points that are afflicting the farming systems and that are afflicting the income of smallholder farmers, if you are trying to address that kind of digital strategy, then it is quite possible that your digital agriculture strategy would be as successful as possible. And it is in that context, when I share this presentation, I request all the participants to go through all these digital pilots and digital projects, digital strategies once, so that you will get fair amount of an idea across the globe, whether it is advisory and planning, or women, youth, small and medium enterprise development, livestock or dairy sector, crop production, agri hubs and SMEs, and rural transport and aggregation for marketable surplus. Whether it is insurance, credit remittances and savings, and across the value chains. You name some of the pain points which are very general for the agri-food system across the globe. There have been few pilots initiated by few organizations where digital tools usage has been found. It is in that context, it is important for us to understand that when there are pain points which could not be addressed by the existing digital tools, we need to actually explore how best we can address the pain points of our smallholder farmers with emerging technologies. For example, we have automated unmanned aerial vehicles and drones. The moment I say agri drones, all of us might have thought about spraying drones. And I feel that there is no other country where the public sector driven Agri drones for spraying with the number of standard operating procedures defined at location specificity in various states, with lots of maybe like drone didis spread across the country. I hardly see any other country, however developed it is. I hardly see any other country other than India, which has made tremendous efforts in last 5 or 6 years to bring access to this kind of agri drones to the smallholder farmers. There are issues and there are advantages, disadvantages. I'm sure that you must have read the papers written by several people, maybe including me. If your blogs are available, you can just go through them. The point which we all should be thinking about is whether agri drones are only meant for the spraying of pesticides or chemicals, or can we make use of agri drones for other services? For example, in Telangana, we started working on using drones for direct seeded rice sowing. For such conditions, what kind of thrust is required, and what are the customizations required for based on medium slender or maybe bold grain type or long slender type? Lot of work has to go in. But I really feel that there are 24 untapped potential services available as far as agri drone, including high throughput phenotyping, or maybe making out profiling, targeting, or maybe like identifying the patterns, so that at village level, if any pest or disease or abiotic stress patterns are found, immediately a community level action could be initiated. For that, all of us as agri professionals need to be aware of what this agri drone is capable of. The second point is AI and ML. And with the launch of our Bharat Vistar, we are all aware at least about the use of AI and ML in agriculture and agricultural extension. But if you are an agri professional working in genetics, plant breeding, molecular biology, or extension or economics, or maybe an entomology pathologist, or seed technologist, you should be actually digging deeper into how best the AI and ML could be used for crop yield predictions, price forecasting, soil monitoring, and disease diagnostics, precision spraying and fertigation, and many other things. And I'd like to give an example of late blight of potato, like Geo Potato Initiative in Bangladesh, maybe way back in 2019. And even within the Ahmednagar, our KVK data is yielding very good results as far as predicting onion diseases and pests at district level up to weeks level. So that the prophylactic and other decisions could be initiated at departmental level. The point is whether it is in the production or post-production harvesting processing, the tremendous opportunities thrown open with AI and ML usage. Perhaps less explored emerging technology in Indian context is blockchain. Even though the traceability could be established across the value chains in few commodities of export potential, I really feel that the next generation blockchain technologies will make a difference in the lives of smallholder farmers, if only in the context of natural and organic farming or premium biofortified varieties. The cultivation and production should match with the traceability, so that those smallholder farmers who are actually cultivating these crops under maybe natural organic farming would start getting the premium prices. For that, entire value chain players have embraced blockchain technologies. Maybe more details you can explore somewhere else. Automation in production, we all know that we cannot replicate the production and digital strategies from abroad. For example, Australia may be having 2,500 hectares of average land holding. We cannot compare that with 0.72 hectares of average small holdings that exist in India. But what is that automation that could be possible within the Indian context? For example, high density planting system in India for smallholder farmers. What is that your vision about the production, maybe intercultural operation in high density planting systems in a smallholder farmers context. If we can figure out the pain points and the level of automation that could be possible in the smallholder farmers context, I really feel that as agri professionals in India, you are actually addressing those problems which be solved by all these departments all these years. So other emerging technologies, remote sensing, and maybe like surveillance drones, imageries, and then metaverse platform approaches, digital twins, and 3D printing. And there are like efforts thanks to like Colorado University kind of universities which have started working on and making them affordable by the smallholder farmers, so that maybe whatever like 8 or 9 parameters captured by these sensors, many things could be possible if only these biodegradable sensors are made affordable to smallholder farmers. The utilities are so many. And even in the storage, processing, maybe like smallholder farmers level. And there is one very good, beautiful example. I really this Ergos, where doorstep services to the warehouses like grain banks is possible with sensors kind of thing. And IoT suits in and trading action is quite possible. But the point is, challenge is for all of us, how do we make them affordable among the smallholder farmers context? In that context, all of us as professionals should start thinking about when multiple players work towards using digital tools and investment wastage and redundancy. I really feel that we should now start moving, coming together to actually pooling together and integrating the digital solutions and bringing all these digital solutions onto a digital platform. And that is exactly what our Bharat Vistar is supposed to do. And the Agri stack, which is a part of stack, is envisaged to do. And I am sure that some of you are aware of the Agri stack initiative of Government of India, where all these farmers registries and the unique identity numbers of farms and the animals, every single land record will be brought onto, in which all these application this Agri stack. That will be the day when like indirect benefit transfers, the way we are using Aadhaar numbers, the services will be integrated. And that will be the day when the smallholder farmers will get benefited with the digital coordinated actions. And now, as I was saying, agricultural extension or agriculture per se, the service provision to the farmers at a digital crossroads. Because if you see any nook and cranny of the country, any village you go, any farmer you touch, we are all aware of digital services provided by one or other organization. But the point is, by way of pushing the digital tools to the smallholder farmers in a remote hinterland in any state, what we forgot is we have become technology rich, but we have become delivery poor. We need to actually fix this. Otherwise, there will be too many numbers of failures as far as digital agriculture is concerned. The missing point is the technologies are being added without focusing on the delivery systems and the context in which the digital services are going to be utilized. And how these technologies are embedded into structural and functional components of the extension, delivery, agricultural R&D organizations. And how these extension professionals, private or public sector, utilizing digital services are enabled and their capacities are built, and how they are made accountable. And how do farmers learn, trust, and act under uncertainty that is coming out of the missions? Without addressing these primary issues, I don't think we'll be in a position to address the digital service constraints that have been witnessed over last few years. And another thing is the pilots, the digital pilots. People say like digital pilots never fail. Why? Because organizations promoting these digital pilot projects would always like project very good reports and would always be giving positive results out of digital pilots. So that is why many people say digital pilots never fail and the digital pilots never scale also. Then why? Because there are some contexts in which digital pilots might have been successful, but for scaling up to state level or country level, we need a different set of ball games and rules and regulations. That integration is something I urge upon the next generation professionals, like the participants who are attending this workshop or training. You should get equipped, whether it is farm management tools or livestock management, drone farming, farm automation. How do we internalize the experiences? I'll share this presentation. Under each of these dimensions, like farm management, livestock management, drone farming, maybe produce monitoring, automation of irrigation and fertigation, crop management, and indoor vertical farming. You name any agri and allied sector, there are successful pilots and projects available. If you are very much interested in a particular specific thread or vertical, I request you to go through the examples which are given here. If you feel like really you are serious in integrating some of these insights into the way structural and functional components of your organizations work, feel free to write to me. I'll be more than willing to get associated in such this one. It is in that context, it is very, very important for all of us to go through all these projects or digital strategies which are in vogue with what is known as Rashomon effect in digital agriculture, and how fragmented these success blocks real impacts are. And the success which I see, you may not be seeing as another stakeholder organization. In that context, maybe multiple tools, dashboards, and platforms. Every single actor started showing the success. And researchers show their model accuracy, whether it is a GIS remote sensing model or maybe AML. Startups, they use numbers to mesmerize us. Donors, they say that we have covered 10,000 farmers. Governments, they are happy with the dashboards and targets and achievements. But the farmers still face climate, market, and input risks. If we really want to make a dent in the next generation farms and farmers with digital strategies, we need to be aware that we need to work on digital tools embedded into the end-to-end extension and market workflows. And the advisory, human facilitation, input access, and payment certainty is brought to the smallholder farmers. Data that travels with action and accountability, that will make a difference. Now, the moot point which we all should be understanding is digital agriculture certainly works. It works only when tools are part of living, trusted, and connected to the livelihoods of smallholder farmers. And we all should be aware of signs of delivery, like rather than the numbers. What is the difference which we are trying to make in the farmer's field? Don't count the heads, count the changes which are brought out by the digital services. And the data is new oil, people say. Data is also water. Data is new oil. Why? Because data is so valuable. And in a country like India, where smallholder farmers' data doesn't have value right now, as organizations working with the farmers, we should start valuing this kind of data. And data is also reusable. And data is like water. Like it is reusable. And if you can work on 4 different types of data, like localized, imported, ancillary, and exported data, truly the predictive analytics and prescriptive analytics using AI and ML would be possible. For example, our KVKs, we have 730 KVKs located across the country. If you see the organized WhatsApp answers, which are given by all these professionals during 1 year, that would cross 4.5 millions. That means we have every year 4.5 millions of questions answered by KVK professionals. Imagine if you have 10 years of data, and I challenge, like there is no other country where this kind of diagnostic questions and answers are digitalized. And the kind of AI and ML algorithms which could be run, the patterns which you can find on temporal basis and spatial basis, tremendous opportunities exist. Next one is enveloping all these services into the Agri stack so that we are approaching to a farmer the pace at which he can learn and deploy, and the place at which he is having the access to the kind of digital tool which he is having. If you can enable that kind of services, I really feel that the re-engineering would be possible. And we really quickly need to move away from apps and advisories to systems perspective. You see, like even within ICR website also, we have more than 260 like, mobile applications available. The utility is tremendous, but we all know that we don't install, however useful an app may be, we don't install more than 12 or 15 apps into our mobile. We cannot keep on asking the farmers to install, download and install 200, 300 mobile applications and get lost. Instead of that, we should be thinking about like a Paytm or Bheem or single interface like Bharat interface for money, irrespective of your bank, you have access to your money. Similarly, if I am standing at a GPS location in my farm, I should be in a position to get the entire advisory which is time scheduled. On January 1st, what is that I should do in my farm? That kind of insights you need to develop, and you should start working on that kind of systems perspective. And we all know that we don't work with deep pockets. We don't have leverage of spending lot of money, either public sector or private sector in India, so that we can keep on experimenting with the digital tools. We need to be aware of like digital transformation potential of Indian agri-food system without deep pockets. I just worked and wrote a couple of blogs on this. If you are onto LinkedIn, I request all of you to go through critically if this is the kind of job which you wanted to undertake in next few months or years. Another thing which has very good potential and low-hanging fruit, I really feel, is a digital leadership should be built across the country for resilience finance. This is a wonderful opportunity which is very, very virgin in the field, and you can actually do much more into resilience finance with the digital tools. Because of time constraint, I will not get into this. Mobile money, DPI plus direct benefit transfers, and behaviorally designed savings. And insurance works with mobile savings and mobile remittances. There's so many examples available with the kind of AI ML tools which are available now. Right from QR codes, basic QR codes, which all our KVKs in southern India have embraced within 6 months' time. Our farmers in South India have access to the QR codes, which will direct them to the advisories built on videos. From QR codes to advanced technologies, AI and ML algorithms, I see tremendous potential, and also I see lots of competence that is existing in the emerging professionals. And I feel why we cannot be the most successful countries in the country, in the globe, where we can actually deploy the digital strategies with visible, positive, sustainable impacts at the smallholder farmers level. We are also having some experiences of India's Kisan drone journey of distributing and deploying 300 Kisan drones across the country with 75,000 hectares of standard operating procedure based drone spraying with the smallholder farmers on annual basis. And we have very good insights developed that is also available with us. And if you are a breeder or if you are into all India coordinated any improvement projects of any crop, and why can't we undertake the high throughput phenotyping and practicing the digital leadership on your own? Whether it is AI, genomics, unmanned aerial vehicles, robotics usage, whatever, like based on the resource availability, we can actually create the impacts in the way we have actually undertaken AI-based phenotyping. There are numerous examples, and even Corteva and EarthSense, the combination with CGIAR models, they have started showing the results. And we have Biodiversity International's extension level, maybe like high throughput phenotyping, and more details maybe one-to-one if you are interested. But the point which I am trying to make is how do we internalize the low cost and optimum cost high throughput phenotyping digital technologies for benefiting the workflows and structural and functional components of our organizations. And we cannot say that this is optional now. Whether you believe in digital technologies or not, the way digital tools are dominating in other sectors, health or education or maybe commerce, we cannot close our eyes and say that this is not for the smallholder farmers. If the digital tools are not working for smallholder farmers, it is nothing to do with the digital tool, but the problem lies with the organizations or professionals like you and me who are not in a position to transform the capability of digital tools to benefit, to suit to the requirements of smallholder farmers and also to benefit those smallholder farmers. In that context, few insights I tried sharing here. And you name any level, whether it is at a Agri stack level, farmers registry level, integrating with direct benefit transfers level, or KRISHI decision support system level. The columns which are there on right side, for example, opportunities for digital extension. How do we harness on these kind of registries? Numerous cafeteria of opportunities exist. And please go through this presentation, and if you really feel that you can be of some help and you can actually strategize use of this kind of advanced digital tools into agri-food system in India with digital breakthroughs happening elsewhere with digital public infrastructure, and how institutions should transit into this new age of DPI ready organizations, kindly feel free to contact. And that brings us to the final, maybe if you are a student or a professional, young professional working on research component of digital agri-food system, there are few researchable issues I just wanted to flash. It is not exhaustive, but you can just get some idea. And the researchable issues will be like from information to decision science, what are those issues which should be researched into, including decision making under risk rather than information dissemination. And trust architecture in digital extension, there are few areas where you can actually work on. And when digital and human complementarity happens at extension workflows, and what kind of factors should be studied by the agri professionals. And it is nothing to only do with the digital tools and machines. It is also to do with the behavioral response to the digital nudges. Ultimately, it comes down to the farmer's responses. And what is that timing, framing, repetition, and messenger indicators which would actually trigger the farmer's response. And we should also be aware of equity, inclusion, and digital strategies for women, youth, and all those. And measuring extension in digital era. This is another area where I really see that our extension and agri professionals should be working on. And then extension performance during digital shocks, and what is that digital can help, and digital governance, new competencies and roles of extension professionals in digital era, and all this. Finally, to recap, we have seen like digital agriculture, if at all is going to fail, it is not due to the lack of tools, data, and innovation, but it is due to the lack of systems perspective, and also the lack of understanding of the pain points that exist at the smallholder farmers level. And there will be possibilities of underperformance of digital tools because these efforts remain in the fragmented projects, not in integrated delivery systems, which I am sure that with the AgriStack and Bharat Vistar, many organizations will fall in place with their plug and play strategies. And when digital tools are embedded into extension workflows, market systems, and institutional accountability, the impacts that create on the smallholder farmers will become real, repeatable, and inclusive. The next leap in agricultural extension is certainly not with the technologies, but with the technologies integrated with behavioral sciences. And it is going to be institutional. And challenge ahead is very, very clear. Moving away from launching tools towards governing the systems. And from digital pilots to digital public digital infrastructure. And from information delivery to risk reduction at farmers level. So the re-engineering of next generation agri-food system will begin when we start thinking beyond apps to the systems, beyond pilots to the platforms, beyond visibility to the durability, and from innovation counts, the day we start talking about farmers' income and the gains in the farmers' income and the reduction in the risk for the farmers due to the digital technologies. That will be the day when I really feel that we have our digital tools worked for the smallholder farmers in India, and the Viksit Bharat, which is envisaged by humble Prime Minister of the country, will be a reality, and we will be speaking about what is known as the future of digital agri-food system with the profits and benefits trickle down to those smallholder farmers. And we are very fortunate that we are working for those farmers, and the farmers' welfare will take the first step while realizing the Viksit Bharat. And I am sure that the digital tools and strategies, if implemented properly, will contribute immensely to the next generation agri-food system and thereby in the realization of Viksit Bharat. Thank you so much. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring and visionary address. Your insights have truly elevated the spirit of UNNAT KRISHI 2026, and it reinforced our commitment towards technology-driven agricultural transformation. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. I now may request the participants, if you guys have any doubt, you can kindly unmute yourself and ask, or you can type in the chat box. If you have any doubt, you can ask Saras with us. Sir, actually, you have muted yourself. Can you please unmute yourself and then?
I could see in the chat box, people
Yes,
have requested for this PPT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd send this right away to you. You can start distributing to all the participants. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Sir.
And I am sharing PPT, not PDF. I will encourage people to make use of this, of course, with the due credits. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Dipti, could you please start the vote of thanks? Thank you very
Yes.
much, sir. Thank you, second Mira, sir.
Yeah, I'm sharing that. Kindly share with all the participants. Okay.
Yes, Sasha.
Thank you.
So, as we conclude the 21 days journey, let us reflect on what we have achieved. Knowledge from the leading scientists, industry insights from the AI and AG experts, practical insights from AI and AG experts, learning from the extension specialist, academic collaboration, and national networking. UNNAT Krishi 2026 was not just a training program, it was a platform for collaboration, innovation, and national agriculture empowerment. Now, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. On the behalf of EcoPast Agri Solution and Agriverse Green Private Limited, I express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed guest of honor, Dr. Sheikh and Meera, for gracing the valedictory session and sharing his invaluable vision. All the distinguished speakers who contributed their time, experts, and guidance throughout these 21 days, our knowledge partner, and the institutional collaboration for their continuous academic support. Sincere thanks to the organizers, EcoFirst Agri Solution and Agriverse Green, along with our esteemed technical partner, Guru Kashi University, Vivekanand Global University, and ICR Atari Hyderabad. We also extend our heartful appreciation to the coordinators and the technical support team members who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure the success of this event. And most importantly, our dedicated participants whose enthusiasm, discipline, and active engagement made this initiative a grand success. Your truth, trust, and participants have strengthened our mission to transform the agriculture through knowledge and innovation. We look forward to the continued collaboration and future initiative that empowers the farmers, students, researchers, and the agripreneurs across the country. With this, we formally conclude the UNNAT Krishi 2026. Let us move forward towards the stronger, smarter, and sustainable agriculture future. Thank you to you all for joining. Now I am sharing the feedback form. Kindly fill it for your attendance. I have shared the link of the feedback form. Kindly fill it. And with this, we concluded the 21 days Unnat Krishi 2026 program. Thank you for joining us. You may leave now.
Okay, thank you. I have
Thank
already
you very
shared my
much, sir, for
presentation.
joining.
You
It
may
was
like
our
to
immense
share.
pleasure to have you on board.